Hello, my name is Meghan Adkins. I am a yoga instructor and a life blogger. So my interest in fitness started my freshman year of college. When I was a senior in high school, I really started going down a path that I didn't like. I was eating way too much junk food. I was not as athletic as I used to be when I was younger. So what ended up happening was I gained 20 extra pounds. I wasn't fitting into my clothes. When I was a freshman in college, I saw it as a new start and a way to kind of wipe the slate clean and begin again. And luckily, my mother is a personal trainer, so she was a real huge inspiration in getting into shape and really taking care of myself, paying attention to what I was eating. And so I started doing cycling classes with her twice a week on weekends, and after that I really liked the change I was seeing in myself. So I started eating better as well, and from there that developed a love of just gym culture, being at the gym and really taking care of your body. Well, it's actually pretty funny. I was in a spin class at LA Fitness, and the instructor I felt wasn't doing that great of a job. It was the same playlist that he had been using over and over and over again, and there were a lot of rests. There were certain points in the song where he was like, freestyle, do whatever you want, and I was kind of like, that's not really how this is supposed to go. I actually talked to my mom about it, and I said I think that I would be a good instructor. So I signed up on spinning.com from Mad Dog Athletics to become a spin instructor. And it's a 9 to 5 class where they teach you everything that they do. They give you a manual and all that, and then you can go home and study for as long as you want, and then you just log on and take an online test, and they'll pass or fail you, and then you get your instructor card as long as you are also certified in CPR and AED. I auditioned at LA Fitness about 4 years ago, and they said, yeah, okay, we want to have you on as an instructor. So that's where everything kind of started, was with spinning classes, and just me feeling that I could do a better job than the current instructor there. As a career, I would like to eventually, it's called being a yoga therapist, and how you go about doing that is, you start off with your 200 level education. So I have 200 hours as of right now of education under the Yoga Alliance, and next year during the summer I'm looking to do my 500-hour certification, and that's an advanced program, so you go on from there, and eventually once you have 1,000 hours of education and 2,000 hours of teaching experience, you qualify to be a yoga therapist, which is kind of like a physical therapist except using yoga instead of exercises that they normally teach, and you also become a little bit more of a life coach than a physical therapist would be. So you help them focus on not just their physical bodies, but also their spiritual and mental and emotional bodies, and making it whole, making it round, making them balanced. And over time, after reading so many different novels and so many different genres, the love of language kind of developed in me, and from there I was like, well, I have a bunch of my own ideas, so I could probably write. So I started writing. I took writing classes in high school and college, and really developed my own style, my own sense of what I was trying to say, my message to the world. And so I've just kept going from there, and now I have one self-published collection of poetry, and I'm working on my second one, and I'm working on 3 different novels. So, and of course I have my blog, which I weekly post on Wednesdays. Well, what I aim to do with Catching Fitness is to help other people live a happier and healthier lifestyle. I want to, with the website, I'm building a community of people who have, this focus on living happier, living healthier, being more in touch with themselves. And I build it off of, 4 different pillars of eating clean, training dirty, loving life, and having fun. It's a really exciting time because there's such a much more health-forward thinking today than there ever was before. So it's really starting to kind of gain traction with a lot of people. Balancing my day job along with being an instructor and with all of my writing and taking care of the website is tricky, but what it comes down to is the biggest key is time management, prioritizing, and you have to decide what in your life is most important to you, and that's what you're going to then schedule time to do. So that's another part of it. The other part of it is learning to say no. And you really have to understand yourself and know your own energy levels and what you can handle. You have to know your limits and then be comfortable saying, no, that's pushing it, I can't do that, and taking it from there. Only take on what you can and never be afraid. If you really want to take on more things, never be afraid to say no when you're pushing that limit. You don't even have to dream big, you just have to dream. I think a lot of people are very negative towards themselves and tell themselves like they can't do it, or they'll never make it. But all you have to do is kind of have the guts, have the courage to say, yeah, maybe I can, I think I can, let's just give it a shot and see how it goes. And it goes back to that quote saying, well, you'll never win if you don't play the game. Even if you strike out the first time, get back up and try again. It's worth it. They're your dreams, so you should chase after them. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just dream and then go for it. Just do it. So many people, when they're about to die, realize that they never actually lived. And that's what the heart of everything is for me, is when I look back on my life, I want to say that I actually lived. My name is Meghan Adkins, and this has been my experience.